For that part, I have the honor to welcome our partner Inven Capital with me here today, especially Martin Forstmeier and Viktor Miskovsky. Victor Martin will tell us a little bit about Inven Capital, about how they invest and also sell their portfolio companies, and what's their key drivers for success. Martin and Victor, are you with me right now?
Yes, we are here.
Hello,
Yes, we are
Martin.
here.
I can hear you. That's great. I can see Victor, and I can also see Martin. Hello
Okay.
to both of you. Welcome to Plug and Play's Expo Day 2020. Welcome to Vienna. Unfortunately, can't be here with us today in person, but that's all right. We have you on the line. And Martin, maybe you can start us off with a little bit of background information about Inven Capital.
Yes, I will do this with pleasure. I will just start to share a little presentation here. I guess you can see it now.
Wonderful. We can see the presentation.
Perfect. Good. So thank you again for inviting us here. Just a small intro to Inven. First, small intro to us, to the speakers today. We have Victor here, my colleague. He's investment director at Inven, and myself, Martin, investment associate. And now over to Inven. So we are a VC fund based in Prague in the Czech Republic. We have two LPs. One is ČEZ, that's a major energy utility here in the Czech Republic and in Central Europe. And we have EIB, the European Investment Bank, as our second LP, who joined in 17. So we have 240 million of committed capital altogether to deploy in Europe and Israel. We invest in startups, in fast-growing startups, more later stage, so Series B, also Series C. Sometimes we also go to Series A. You can also see it here with the ticket size starting with 2 million, and then we can go up to 30 million, including follow-ons, of course, with each startup. So basically, like the ideal ticket size sweet spot is like around 5 to 10 million in the first round, and otherwise, everything standard as other VC funds who are financially driven and motivated as well. Topics we invest is clean tech, and that's quite broad. So it can be smart energy, energy efficiency, also mobility, also Industry 4.0 even, and now we also look into supply chain. So basically quite a broad range of topics where we invest. And as I said, the geographical focus is really Europe and Israel. Since 2 years, we expanded to Israel. And I think this is really the best slide, which describes us and what we did so far in the last 5-6 years. That's our portfolio. We invested in 14 companies. We had 2 exits so far. One was Sonnen, the world leader in residential battery storage for PV, was sold to Shell. It was actually awarded as the biggest clean tech exit in Europe by the Clean Tech Group. And the second exit was CyberX. That's an industrial cybersecurity company from Israel, sold to Microsoft this year, which was quite a fast deal and quite a nice deal for us as well. Yeah, and otherwise, if you look on the left side here of the left side of the slide, we have investments in Germany, France, Israel, Sweden, Czech Republic, UK. You might know some names. Tado, it's a smart thermostat company from Munich, but also having smart services on top. And then we have companies from the mobility space, Vulog and Drives, but also PV marketplace like Solar. And actually today with us, Cosmotech, Drives, and Alec will pitch basically here after our session. So stay tuned. One more thing for about us, we embrace the soul of a winner spirit. And what it means is that we don't invest into the startups themselves only, but mainly into the founders, into the basically brains and hearts behind the companies. And yeah, startups have to go out there and pitch every day, every week, try to sell, try to get investors on board. So we do the same. We go on stages, as you can see. We make some alternative stuff maybe than what you would expect, basically to underline our messages and encourage all the startups to speak with us. And with this, I will stop my screen sharing. You have our details here, but also on the website. So Nick, the word over to you.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you for the presentation. And before we head over to the startup pitches, I would actually like to, maybe just have a little dialogue about your portfolio companies and how the year 2020 has been, because I know it's been an exciting year for Inven Capital, with one exit and actually with several investments. So maybe let's dive right into your exit, CyberX, that went to Microsoft. Could you maybe share the story behind the investment, and also maybe give us a little bit of insights into the key success drivers behind this, this investment and also the exit?
Okay, so that's probably my turn. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Victor.
Thanks for having us here. So CyberX, it's obviously a great story for us. It was a bit short story. We invested, it was our second investment in Israel. We invested early 19, and Microsoft actually acquired like mid-year, 20. So it was like a relatively short ride, but very interesting. When we invested, and that's what we always do, we were one of the reasons why we invested was actually the mix of the founders, or the setup of the founders and the investors. And we like to call it constellation of success. This sort of, group of the founders with a great vision and investors who are supporting the vision. And it's very important, to have this sort of constellation, this like alignment around the table. And it very much helps, obviously, in the good times, but it's even more important in the bad times. And every company, has its own bad times. And then actually there's the time when this alignment, it's so important. And as actually Martin, showed in his presentation, this event, the soul of the winner. That's a sort of also something that we sort of try to contribute actually to make the alignment. We invite the startups, we invite, the founders, the investors, we invite very interesting people, ideally into one place, and we share, the values that we have, that Inven has. And by actually sharing, the values and talking and presenting, and it's something that you sort of show the startups that you are not only talking about the values, but you are living the values. And that also helps to sort of create this, obviously, like a nice relationship and the alignment. So I would say that obviously you ask, Nick, about what were the sort of ingredients for success. So obviously it's always great product, market traction, etc., etc. We believe that this constellation of success, being mainly alignment of the founders and the investors, is absolutely necessary. It just creates a very nice and strong base foundation for successful company. And that was something that worked in the case of CyberX. It was also because the people were able, actually, because constellation of success and alignment doesn't necessarily mean that everybody has the same ideas, that everybody agrees with everybody. It means that people are actually able to listen, to communicate openly. They are trying to find, compromises, and that worked very well, in case of CyberX. So I would say that from our side, this was one of the main actually ingredients for the successful journey of CyberX.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing the story. I really like the approach that you really pay close attention to the startup and investor relationship. And as you can see, or as we just heard, it really pays off in the end. And it's great for founders and investors alike. But 2020 wasn't only a special year in terms of investments and exits, but also in terms of a global pandemic. So it's something that we've never seen before, and it's certainly challenging for investment companies to manage their portfolios. So I'm wondering, how did you deal and manage your portfolio during the pandemic? And did some startups actually see chances and opportunities in the crisis that we face right now?
Yeah, thank you for this question. I'll take it. So definitely 2020 was a special year, also in terms of challenges, but also opportunities. And at the beginning, when it comes back to portfolio management, at the beginning when the pandemic had hit and we all went into home offices, basically with every portfolio company, we did like an extraordinary board meeting or board call, basically finding out and trying to assess with the board members uh, what will happen, how this pandemic will affect us. Maybe I would share here the story of Solar, a portfolio company from Berlin. It's a PV marketplace, so basically online from 0 to 1, you can buy PV panels and batteries, and they will also install it for you. And here they are Flixbussing the installation market, so they're basically working with external partners to install these systems. So what they did in March, April, March when everything started, they had this extraordinary board meeting and they showed really uh, strength in managing their company. So they reacted quite well. They took measures. They decreased cash burn because actually this company planned to potentially raise a big round in 2020. And of course, at the beginning, everybody was more skeptical and maybe afraid it wouldn't work out. And yeah, I mean, the funding market was also very hesitant in the first month when everybody went into lockdown. So basically, they showed us and they showed the board that they were able to decrease the cash burn with different measures, Kurzarbeit, or also maybe even letting go some people, which is of course a tough decision. But they showed us that they are good in this crisis management and able to kind of survive longer and basically be in this defensive mode. But what then happened is basically that us and them, we discovered that the PV market was more anti-cyclical and they were doing quite well. People were at home. People didn't want to invest in the stock market. They looked at their house, especially in Germany, and also, ordered more PV panels. So then they also communicated this to us, of course, and we made different strategies, different scenarios. And in the end, as internal investors, we made quite a strong confidence vote, here, and extended this round, the Series B round, to 25 million, basically having 15 more million in. And now the company's on a growth track. So this is quite a nice example, I would say.
Very interesting. And Martin, you just mentioned lockdown and home office. And I'm wondering, you guys did 3 investments this year, and they were all covered by, or not covered, but overshadowed by COVID-19 and the pandemic. So how did you do that? How was it to invest in companies, especially in a lockdown situation? How did you get to know the founders? Did you have to change your approach? So I'm really curious how you did your new investments.
Yeah. I mean, of course, we had to change maybe not the approach, but basically how we handled it and basically executing on the same approach a little bit differently. And here we maybe can share the Elix story. That's the first investment we did this year. We already kind of prepared it before the lockdown came. But I mean, here we knew the CEO and co-founder Håkan already. We met him like once or twice, but really not. We didn't have like deep discussions. And yeah, I mean, then the lockdown came and we basically, what we do normally, we fly there, we travel there, we drive there and have a very intense day with them, interviews, different discussions and so on. And this we had to do online, interviewing all the key management. This was really challenging, I have to say, quite unique. And yeah, I mean, everybody talks about it today that on Zoom calls you can't really read the body language and so on, but this is true and this was quite a challenge. And even after, when we already went to the next step with them, we made a strategic meeting, which we do normally also in person, where we bring the whole board and all the investors together. And this was also online. So basically, it was quite a unique experience, but a good one, I would say, because we still didn't meet them. In summer, we could also not travel to Sweden. But I would say we have quite a good relationship with the team and with the board. So this was actually also an example which worked out. And then the other 2 investments which we made, to Peter in Czech Republic and Forto, this was more in the summer, so there we were able also to travel again. So we kind of went back to the old approach or old method to meeting in person, but of course it was more like a mix of course also online and in person. And I think this is the new normal and will be in the future a mix. And I think it's a healthy thing.
So the new normal, you said, and getting used to web conferences, Zoom calls, and in general video calls. And yeah, and we also feel that here today. So we're missing the crowd here at our Expo Day of Plug and Play. But I think it's working out pretty well, and I'm happy that I have you in front of me on a big screen. Thank you very much, Victor. Thank you very much, Martin, for the insights into Inven Capital, how you approach your investments, how you basically interact with your founding teams. That's really insightful. And Martin, you've already mentioned it. We have 3 startups from your portfolio actually pitching today. And you just shared the story of one of the first startup that's going to pitch, namely Elite. So without further ado, I would like to hand over the virtual microphone basically to the team of Elite and clear the stage. And I would like, to welcome you on stage and welcome to Plug and Play's Expo Day 2020, the team of Elite.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, hi. We can hear you, we can see you, and we're ready for your pitch.
Awesome. If you want me to share I can do without though, but it says host disabled attendee screen share.
You can share your screen if you like. You don't have to. That's up to you.
Okay. I would like to, but it said host is okay. There we go. There we go. Okay.
All right. Perfect. We see your screen, Joachim. You can hit it off.
I will. Thank you very much. So, hello everyone, and thank you, Plug and Play, Inven Capital, and Martin for this opportunity to share ideas and meet you all digitally during these special times. So, let me tell you my story. If there are any utilities or investors out there interested in being part of creating the future of utilities together, you should listen up now, because these 5 minutes might change your day. So, my name is Joachim Bota. I'm co-founder of Elite, a software company offering turnkey customer engagement platform for utilities to help them step inside their customers' everyday life and change the way you and me interact with our energy use. So, by doing this, we make it possible for energy companies to create relevant relationships with end customers such as me and you, and do more sustainable business with us. And with proven results, we see long-term engagement with utilities, an average of 10 times the typical engagement, and an increased interest of our energy. So this also results in 10 times more valuable customer relationships. And when Inven Capital invested in Elite, one of the key reasons was listening to our customers, the utilities, telling Inven how we help shape this new kind of relevant utility. So the team behind the scenes consists of 32 people based in Sweden, Finland, UK, Spain, France, and Netherlands. And as you understand, we're growing rapidly and we'll be 55 by next summer. And we have, since the digital smart meters were rolled out in Sweden many years ago, been combining behavioral science, data science, and UX to help utilities engage their customers in a much smarter way, since this has been a challenge for them. And as you know, most utilities communicate with their clients with these kind of tools. So that's why it's impossible to stay relevant. Proven by the low level of yearly interaction between the customers and the utility, only 9 minutes a year, according to Accenture's last report. And this is during times when we know people would like to be in control of their consumption, but they struggle to understand their bill as well as find the right products or services to optimize their consumption in the jungle of different offerings. So that's where Eller comes in. Our offering is a new energy experience, a turnkey engagement platform for each utility company, helping the end customer to understand what they're actually paying for, to feel in control, to be able to take action by being matched with the right kind of actions based on their household's energy consumption, as well as both contract payments as personal insights and these engagement solutions collected in the same mobile service. So we see mass adoption across Europe with these services. During the last couple of years, we have had over 25 utility brands creating the deepened relationship, and we see drastic changes in the way their end customers perceive them as an energy supplier. So we work with both large incumbents who want to reduce churn, as well as the fast-growing challenger brands who want to increase acquisition and stay ahead of the game. The solution is offered in two different packages, either a turnkey platform package, including the white label apps and web, or to the right, the development kits for the utility in-house team to develop their own apps faster and smarter. So why do we obsess with the customer engagement? Well, it's really a positive effect on almost all departments of the utility, and the end user become loyal, they pay their bills on time, they complain less, and at the end of the day, they're more likely to buy more services from the provider and help transition into a sustainable green lifestyle. The future of energy is an exciting place. There's new technology, there's EV, PV, storage. If we fast forward 5 years, what are the steps needed to be taken today to deliver in 5 years? Well, I'll say it starts with the customer engagement. What we need to do is to take a step-by-step approach to establish and rebuild trust towards the end users, and that starts with accurate data when and where you want it, with personalized and meaningful insights to help you gain full control of your consumption. So finally, if you are a utility and wonder how you could deepen your customer relationship and triple your customer lifetime value, don't hesitate to shoot me an email and we'll share crucial information, experience, and reference cases from successful utilities across Europe. Or come join me in the ELIC private room in just a few minutes. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Joachim. And yes, please make sure to join the team of ELIC in the Expo room. So it's on this side here. On this side, just click on Expo and you can talk directly with the startups, exchange ideas, and just discuss how possible product deployments might look like. Joachim and team of ELIC, thank you very much for the pitch. And we're moving on to the next startup. So another Inven Capital portfolio company, and I'm really happy to welcome Drives here on our Expo Day stage.
Hello, thank you so much. Let me just share my screen. You need to approve me if possible. Can you? I'm disabled. My screen is disabled actually. So
that's no worries. Our technical team is already working on it. But in the meantime, welcome to the virtual stage here at Plug and Play Vienna. We're really happy to have you with us. We can hear you quite well. And you have the possibility then now to pitch to over 150 people already dialed in. So make sure you use this opportunity. We're really looking forward to your pitch, to your presentation. And I see... All right, so I see that we have some technical issues, but that's not a problem. We are a live event and things happen here, and that's the beauty of it. So we actually wanted to do a live event right here at our headquarters at the Vienna International Airport to really, on the one hand side, invite all of our corporate partners that are able to join us in person, to meet them, to exchange ideas. And we have a huge space here, luckily, so we can follow all the restrictions and rules that are related to. I see a lot of people. I'm rushing into the room. I hear that we are able to finally start with the pitch of drives. Can you hear us? But Katinka's with me, so that's always a good sign. Katinka.
Bear with us 1 second. We had a very smooth event today. Now we need a few more seconds to redial into the platform. Don't hang up.
But that's all right, Katinka. Since you are here with me,
Tell me.
it's been an awesome event so far, at least for me.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Absolutely.
What were your favorite bits and parts of the event? And here we are ready. Do you want to answer it real quick, or should we wait till the end?
We will wait till the end,
All
everybody.
right.
We will have a nice closing remarks. We will say thank you at the end of the day.
Perfect.
But now enjoy the show and enjoy the pitch of Drivis, one of
Drivis.
Inven's Capital's portfolio companies.
Travis, the stage is yours.
Hello again. Let's see if I can share my screen now. Is it possible?
It should be possible, yes. Let's try that.
It's still disabled.
All right, screen
Sorry.
sharing is still disabled, but maybe in the meantime, we can start with your presentation and we will try our best to make your screen appear on our side, all right? So,
Okay, absolutely.
Let's take it away from here.
Okay, I think that I can do that right now. So hold on
Perfect.
for just a second.
See, it's everything is running smoothly, almost. So,
Okay, excellent. Excellent.
all right, have fun with your presentation. We're really keen to know more about drives.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you, Plug and Play. And thank you, Inven, for supporting us and assisting us in achieving our dream. My name is Doron Frankel, and I'm the CEO and founder of Drives. We have a vision, a big vision, to reduce the amount of pollution around us by half. And in the next 5 minutes, you'll hear how Drives are doing the next steps in order to achieve that. So our vision is all about connecting the mobility world and the energy world, which we see two revolutions, and we see that electrification of transportation is in the middle of it. What we are doing, we are developing the digital service platform in order to merge those worlds. 8 years ago, when we started, it was a big, big question mark. And then the question was, okay, so we understand that this is going to happen, the revolution is going to happen, but we don't know when. And what we want to do is when the market is ready, to have the best platform in the market. So how do you do that? How do you finance it? How do you know when? How do we define it? 8 years ago, we decided to start a journey. If we fast forward today, we are managing tens of thousands of chargers, hundreds of thousands in roaming. We support over 700,000 drivers in over 20 countries, and we support over 170 different types of chargers. We have customers like EVgo, the largest fast charging public network in the US. We've migrated their platform about 3 years ago. ESB, the incumbent utility in Ireland, started to work with them in 2015. We are managing their charges in Ireland, Northern Ireland, in the UK, Elad from the Netherlands. With Gilbarco, we work globally, Ches from the Czech Republic, Centrica in the UK, and many others. So what we provide is solutions for the operators to manage the charger properly, is to make sure that the drivers, when they are coming to the chargers, it's operating, it's working. And beyond that, we are providing the e-mobility service provider side, meaning the billing operations, the roaming. We provide white label solutions to the fleets, to the hosts, to the gas stations, to the automakers. We provide solutions to the drivers, white label solutions to the drivers whenever they charge. And we provide innovative solutions for energy management, connecting to the local microgrid and to the demand response. We know how to manage chargers, batteries, and renewables. Many state that they understand EV charging operations and how to manage it. It's easier said than done. So if we look at the use case of one of our customers, 22% of the charging transactions fail to start, meaning revenue loss of at least 10%, if not more. We have developed AI, our alert management system, AMS, automatically fix 76% of the issues automatically before the operator or the driver even knows about it. So with our platform, we monitor the network 24/7 and we automatically resolve issues. It makes our customer happier. We increase the revenue, lower the TCO, we have higher customer loyalty, higher customer satisfaction. So we provide solutions across the value chains for service providers and for the host and the fleets. We provide solutions for the driver. We have a lot of benefits across the value chain, and we create a better journey for our customers. It's based on a microservices-based architecture, and we have a lot of APIs, which enables our customers to develop even by themselves on top of our platform. The environment is really complex. You have CPOs and EMSPs, but the drivers are the most important things beyond everything. So in order to provide nice and easy journey for them, but also use this opportunity to create an environment, a better environment for our children by utilizing better algorithms and solutions from the energy perspective. So the environment is really complex. We won't get into all of that. The mobility, the operation, the locations, the power. You need to connect the dots in order to manage the energy around it in a way which is easy to use. So what we do is we manage both the chargers from the driver's side, the parking lot, the campus, smart city, the power networks. We enable the power networks to define if they want to provide more energy or less. We take into account the infrastructure limitations, but we look at the drivers, the driver needs, because that's the most important thing. You don't want to take out energy from the driver or to give him less if he needs the energy. But if he has enough energy, you can certainly use that as a flexible tool. And then what we do is we are transforming the EV charging energy challenge into a bigger, meaning instead of making it a big problem, we are making it into a challenge by balancing the grid. So we increase efficiency, we reduce pollution. And for us, it's not only about money. We like money. It's about our heritage to our children. So join us. Together we can make change. Thank you very much. You can find us in www.drives.com, and we'll be happy to have you with us.
Thank you so much. And again, apologies for the rocky start, but yeah, everything worked out great in the end. And we are happy to for your presentation, and also everybody who just dialed in or is already on the line. Please make sure to talk to all the startups in the Expo booths. You can really discuss with the founders. You can ask questions, or you can just get to know the team and just click here on the right-hand side. I need to coordinate my finger here. Yes, perfect. Here is the Expo button. Click on it, meet the startups. But for now, stick with us here on the main stage, because we have one more startup from Inven Capital's portfolio companies who join us today, and it's Cosmotech. And I'd love to have them on the line right now and to kick off this pitch by Cosmotech. All right. So again, we have to wait a little bit till the team of Cosmotech is with us here on the line. But no worries, I still gonna make use of the time. We have still a lot of interesting and exciting agenda points ahead of us. So after those pitches, I can already tell you something. It's going to be award time again. So stay tuned. The exciting music will then rise again, and we will award one of our corporate partners with the Corporate Innovation Award of 2020, and also the startups. So we had really interesting and cool technologies in batch 0 and batch 1. And we're plug and play. We're going to award our startups and our corporates for being active, for being interactive, and for actually realizing pilot projects, because this is what it's all about. Not only talking about innovation, but actually living it and driving innovation together on a global scale. So we're really excited for those agenda points. We will also be hearing back from our team that is dialed in. So Renee will also be coming back to us just in a second. And let me just ask the technical team, are we ready for the pitch of Cosmotech?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Oh, okay, now perfect. I cannot share my screen, so if you can make me as the host, it would be perfect.
You know what? We will do this, but maybe you can already start with your presentation, with your pitch. You can already start maybe telling us a little bit about your company, and in the meantime, our technical team will take care of this screen sharing.
Absolutely, and this is perfect right now. So can you see it?
Yes, we can see your screen. So everyone, Cosmotech, have fun.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting Cosmotech to pitch what we do. Thank you very much, Plug and Play, for the invitation, and thank you very much, Inven Capital, for supporting us at Cosmotech. So I am Maxime Le Pen de Ven, lead sales for asset-intensive industries at Cosmotech, working with energy, utilities, and large infrastructure accounts. We live in a more and more complex world where critical systems and critical infrastructure become more and more complex and more interconnected each other. Consequently, every single impact, can have disastrous consequences on the global chain. The acronym VUCA, initially coined by the US Army War College in the 90s to describe the state of the world after the Cold War, can illustrate our business world. It means that our present business environment becomes more and more volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous with constant evolutions. Many economics experts, in fact, and global studies show that the world's population will significantly grow in the coming decades, probably around 20%, as well as urbanization, which is foreseen to increase by 40% by 2030. For network operators, including electricity, rail, water, or many other utilities, what does it mean? It means the capability to integrate many new assets and answer an evolving demand from these major societal evolutions. Now, imagine you are the asset management director of a large public utility responsible for ensuring electricity, gas, and water to millions of inhabitants. How do you optimize your global systems, considering your current maintenance activities, investment programs, but also these foreseen major societal impacts? And how do you evaluate these impacts on your human resources, on your organizational risk, and on your financial capabilities? How all these different silos interconnect each other? At the moment, this is a big challenge. And the current solutions only rely on past data, which is not sufficient, as you have to consider this evolving business environment. This is why you need to rely on modeling and simulation capabilities. First, you need modeling capabilities to encapsulate all the dynamic of your global system. Second, you need simulation to accurately simulate the behavior of your interconnected systems, then to optimize your business KPIs. This is exactly what we do at Cosmotech. We are a global software vendor of simulation digital twin solutions for asset-intensive industries. We help them design, build, operate, and maintain large infrastructure. With Cosmotech solution, you create a simulation digital twin of your assets. You create the simulation digital twin of your processes in place, like HR, financial, your assets and their obsolescence, your maintenance policies, your technology upgrades foreseen, or external factors. From this description of the state of your infrastructure, you can simulate and visualize all your company's KPIs evolve in time. Thanks to these digital twins, you can run an unlimited number of what-if scenarios and of how-to optimizations, then to reach your business KPIs. In this way, you can make the best decision on your different and unlimited use cases, create an internal consensus, and justify the decisions to your stakeholders, like your board, your regulator, or your internal workforce. Let me take the example of a customer of Cosmotech, which is RT, the French electricity transmission system operator, whose teams are using our solution since 2015. Thanks to our solution, RT can cover unlimited number of use cases with major results and return on investments, plus this 10% reduction of its TOTEX and a 20% reduction of its operational conflicts. I would like to conclude with a takeaway message. With our simulation digital twin solutions, you make better decisions, and those decisions can be implemented because they have been tested, taking into account all the relevant business constraints. So you can easily and rapidly create an internal consensus, create value for the organization, and create value for your stakeholders. Of course, I would be more than happy to answer your questions at the virtual booth session. In the Expo session, you have my contact details here. So if you have any other questions, of course, please just shoot me an email. I will be more than happy to answer. Thank you very much once again for your time, for your attention, and for the invitation.